Hey guys, this is Eloise. Today I'm making this video because I want to talk about my recent interview with PC Gamer. In that video, I talked about something like people respect me as a player in China, but they don't respect me as a woman. People in the West respect me as a woman, but they don't respect me as a player, something like that. And this video got a lot of upvote on Reddit, which make me a little bit scared. And they banned the comment because I heard there is some bad comment about it. For me, I don't really go on Reddit because my reading English is very bad. So I actually at the first time I feel pretty scared. I don't know what's going on, why, because this kind of content is something I always talk about on my stream for a long time. I don't feel like there is anything wrong about that. So I want to talk about it more just in case if people misread what I'm trying to say. Okay, so first of all, let's talk about why do I feel like people in China don't respect me as a woman, but they respect me as a player. So in China, the whole stream culture or the whole gaming culture is like this. Girls don't really need to be good at this game. Yes, kind of the same as the West. You can make decent money already, and the biggest difference is in China or the whole Asia, there is a lot of girls, they don't even play games. They just sit there, sing songs, or make some very cute move dancing, and they get very decent viewer and make decent money. So I'm not saying this is not a good thing or anything. This is just how the culture is, and I actually appreciate that. But you can imagine how the chat goes for this kind of stream. And when you come to girl gamers, it's actually the same. Not only me, but some of other girl streamers, gamers, their chat, people will be like, oh, why are you so ugly? Like, your boobs are too small, or something like that. A very good example is they once had a female tournament. They invited all the best female players from all around the world to China to compete in a tournament. They play very good. They play very decent, and they have very cute makeup, very good looking. I think they look pretty, but the chat were like, not much people talk about the game, but people were saying like, oh, this girl is so ugly, that girl is also so ugly, I would never want to sleep with those kind of girl. Like, why do they invite those kind of ugly girl to the tournament? You know? So yeah. You can tell it from the chat, and also some forum comments like people make fun of a lot of girl gamers. Like for me, yeah, there is a very famous meme that people make fun of. If you don't try hard today, then when you get old, you can only marry Eloise. Like, yeah, generally it means that marrying Eloise is such a bad thing. You should avoid that. Yeah. Well, it's actually people actually make fun of that, and I take it as a joke. And you know, my fans actually they actually say that, oh, I don't want to try hard anymore because I want to marry you, stuff like that. So it's not really mean, but when it just come out, is actually pretty rude, right? And people do this to girls streamers, even though they like them. Even if they like them, they still say mean stuff to them. And it's actually very different from Twitch chat. When I start to stream on Twitch, the biggest difference I feel like about Twitch chat is so nice. Even though they make fun of people too, but in a nicer way. So it doesn't sound too straightforward or that word nasty. Yes, I think that's the biggest difference. So in China, I actually had a hard time to prove to people how try hard I am and how good I am. Back to 2014, I wasn't taking seriously before I get to compete in the BlizzCon qualifier. So what happened is that they announced the top 6 ladder finisher of July in 2014 can go to the BlizzCon qualifier. So everyone fight for that spot. And I was top 11, rank 11 legend on the last day of the month. I chose to stream it. How I climb. I spent like 5 hours from rank 11 to rank 8 legend playing handlock. Yes, that was the old miracle rogue meta. I was playing handlock on stream last day on high rank, and no one actually doing that because everyone wants to win. Like no one stream with delay at that time, so I actually got decent viewer. I got like at least 20k real viewers, no fake number. Actually, I think I got like 30k or something like that, but yeah, just a lot of people were watching, and at last I finished at 8. I had so good win rate, but I finished at 8. I just can't climb. It was too stacked that month, so I didn't make top 6. But people already see like how good I am and how try hard I am. After a few days, they announced that the top 10 on ladder that month were all cheated. So that's how I get my chance to compete in the BlizzCon qualifier. I mean, back to that time, there was a lot of cheating on ladder in China, but now there's not anymore. Yeah, I just want to yeah, not anymore cheating. Anyways, so I had a chance to compete in the BlizzCon qualifier, and I made pretty far. I made to top 5, which is only one step away from getting to the top 4 to getting to BlizzCon. So it's pretty decent, right? Because I get that kind of result, so I was invited to competing to the Gold League Grand Final. Gold League Grand Final is the biggest tournament in China of that year. They invited all the best players throughout the year and compete. You can just imagine they invite like DreamHack winner, Seed Story winner, and all the winners and all the BlizzCon play people into that tournament, and I got top 8. Decent, right? I got top 8 in it, and then so that's how I get my invite for the first season of China versus Europe. Yeah, and I played in the China versus Europe representing China, which is a big deal. So that's how I get a chance to meet Frodan the first time, and Frodan was casting in that tournament. He thinks that I'm pretty good, so he recommended me to Reynad, and that's how I joined Temple Storm. After I start joining Temple Storm, I don't really have that good tournament result compared to how I was in China. I got a lot of 3rd place and 4th place in some invitational. My best major tournament result was PAX East major, top 5, and that's it. One of the reasons is because I don't really compete in major much, but also I think Western players, they are more stacked and more competitive. Yeah, this is what I actually think. And there is a lot of tournament, much more tournament in the West than in China. Like people take competitive Hearthstone more seriously than in China. Like the way we Chinese people promote Hearthstone is we promote Hearthstone in a fun and casual way. And it's actually very successful because we got so many people playing this game in China, like 10 times more than people playing Hearthstone than North America region. But people don't take competitive Hearthstone seriously. Like it's much more than in the West. Like people don't take it seriously. Like pro players, their streams, no one watch. So people like to watch entertainment streamers, like who plays fun decks. I am actually like one of the few popular stream that is actually educational and high legend play at that time when I was still streaming China. So that's also one of the reasons why people think I am good, because some people even complain that after I don't stop streaming China anymore, like the rest of the streamers, they are not skilled enough to watch. Yeah, like I just giving an example because I'm very bad at explaining this kind of idea. Anyways, so when I watch how people comment me playing in a tournament, it's more about people talk about my personality. People like my personality. People like my look. But when it comes to my skill, like people will be like, oh, losing to Eloise at a giggle. It's so funny for me, actually. Yeah. Oh, sorry. It's very, 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 very interesting to learn all kinds of different ideas from people. It's very, very interesting for me. I have nothing against it. I don't feel offended by any bad comment about me, I always feel it's so interesting, like the way how people think differently from in the West and in the East. It's so interesting. So yeah, like girls should go to kitchen. Like I think it's funny, actually. Like wow, people's imagination is very, very, very interesting. So I can feel how people like me so much, but when it comes to how good I am, for example, when I play against a lot of players in tournament, until the very, very end, when I actually win against them, before the very end, no one expects me to win, actually, like judging from the chat. No one actually expecting me to win. I mean, they want me to win, definitely, but they don't expecting me to actually win. A very good example is I've been to a second place in a streamer cup, which is run by a betting site called NetsBet. They invited a lot of popular streamers who also played very well, like Show, Dr. Hippie, Silver Name, and I went pretty far. I went to like second place of that tournament. But the interesting thing is that before each match I play, they will send me a link so that my fans can use this link to bet on me or my opponent, to bet on who will win the match. And my odds are always so huge, like twice as much as my opponent, or like 2.5 as much as my opponent. I wanted to bet on myself, you know, yeah, cause it's like pretty easy money, I think, and so yeah, it's very interesting. Like I beat someone, and before my next match they gave me a new link, and my odds are still 2 times more than my opponent. And beat another guy that I get another link, and it's still like 2 times as much as my opponent. It's very interesting. So you can actually tell now, right? The last big tournament I played in China is China versus Europe. They had something that is kind of like choose a champion. Like you vote for someone that you think will win the tournament, and if he actually wins, you will get some reward after that. I remember like 70% of people voted for me. Yeah, I can tell how people like me so much. But in the other hand, Chinese people actually think that I can win something. They actually trust my skill level. Well, it can be a lot of reason. But I can just tell it if it come to some level of vote. You can tell it. People actually take you seriously. Yeah, I believe there is so many people really want me to win the West. Yeah, people support me so much. I actually feel like I always thank them for always being very supportive to me. But also I don't want to show people how try-hard I am about the game. Because when I was streaming in China, I stream pretty educational, I have to say. Yeah, I try to entertain by telling jokes and make fun of myself. Yes, I do, but it's also about serious gameplay. But when I start stream on Twitch, it's more about I learn different culture from my chat, and my chat also learn some very interesting Chinese culture from me. So it's more about interacting and talk with friends, not really serious gameplay. And it's also not something I want my stream to be. I don't really want it to be like serious gameplay. It's not really my style. So there if I'm not being taken seriously as a player, I absolutely understand about that. Yeah, it's actually reasonable. So I actually did a lot of interview. People always ask me about a question that is, how do you find your role of being the only female player who compete? Do you think you can inspire more women compete? Stuff like that. And I feel a bit awkward when I answer that question because I take myself as a guy. I consider myself as a guy. I've been competing for Hearthstone for 3 years and World of Warcraft for 4 years. Since the very beginning when I played World of Warcraft, I was the only girl. And in Hearthstone, competitive Hearthstone ladder, I'm also like right now the only one, or sorry, my English is bad. So I don't really think myself as a girl. I think I'm just a guy, just like all the other people, because every day I talk about games, I discuss about those plays, I compete tournament, it's always the boys. So I don't really feel I am any difference between me and them. So it's not that I have an idea of how women should be in competitive gaming or this kind of very big topic. I just take myself as equal as other people, and we just play game and improve ourselves and enjoy ourselves. This is what I want. And also, if people don't take me as a very special thing, I actually feel that's better for me. I will be happy. Yeah, I'm glad. I don't know if you can understand what I'm talking about. I'm very bad at explaining this kind of idea. So yeah, it's just an interview, and just don't take it too seriously. Thanks. Thanks for watching this, and if you're interested, you can follow my stream too on twitch.tv Eloise. Okay. Thanks for watching. Goodbye.